Yes. She probably had her blind in the wrong spot. She probably did not enter the blinds. Okay, guys, excuse me. I am back. This is Eric Anderson with the feature table. They just got off of break and they brought a brand new table over to start streaming. We are on day 2 of WSOP Event 5, the 200K guarantee, and we are on level 21 right after first break. Little bit of a technical difficulty. Colleen, who has been running the action tracker all weekend long and doing a fabulous job, forgot to press. She forgot to enter the blinds, so she couldn't activate the computer. So I had to run out there on delay. You'll see me out there helping her 10 minutes
Okay,
ago.
we're going to be on 10, 20, 20.
You can see right here, these players are going to miss just the first couple of minutes of this level because we have to do all of the back of the house maintenance on the computers that we normally do during break, but they had a chip up and they didn't get over here in time. So they're just going to miss a couple minutes.
The deck of cards has an RFID antenna.
Colleen's typing in all the players' names right now, and then they're going to do an exact chip count so we can track it.
If they haven't been read, she'll say, seat 7, I need your cards.
We got it going? Okay, good, thank you.
Turn your TV on. I've got it.
While we're waiting for this, I'm going to jump on Facebook and give you a little bit of information about this
Do you know
tournament.
how to turn this TV on?
So we had Flight 1A. This is a 3-flight tournament. Flight 1A, 252 entries. They played out to 6%, which is 14 players. Flight 1B on Friday, they had 345 entries. And Flight 1C, they had a whopping 713 entries yesterday for a total of 1,310 entries. And they came back with 82 this morning at noon. And here we are on first break at just about 1 o'clock. They had 5 minutes left in level 19. So they played the 5 minutes. They played all of level 20. They took their regularly scheduled break. So here we are an hour and 5 minutes into the day. And
6:05.
we're ready to go.
Wait a minute, 6:45 or 6:05?
So she's going to do exact chip count. We're down to 65 players after 82 came back.
3.
690.
690. 4.
There's Bobby, a bear in the box, doing exact chip counts. Colleen's typing everything in. She's going to make it relevant for you guys to be watching at home. So you get all the chip stacks. You get, you know what's going on. She's the one that keeps the game running.
5 is 325. 6.
And after the first hand here, we will get
7 is 270.
all of the chips
9.
and all of the players.
9.
I know we've got Bart Bogard over there in the 8 seat behind that clock.
1.4 ton.
10.
295.
All right, button is in the 5. We are ready to go.
Good luck, everybody.
And this is about 15 minutes ago where she
Right on top of each
You're
other.
good.
she didn't enter the blinds in the Action Tracker software, so it won't let her start because it doesn't know what the blinds are. So then they send the dealer back here to grab me, and that's what you heard 15 minutes ago. If you were watching at the beginning.
I deleted everything.
What do you want me to do, Kevin?
Oh. Clean accidentally deleted everything, it sounds like. She Well, that's unfortunate for these players. They really enjoy. I've heard a lot of good feedback from all of these people. We had 20,000 views in the last 4 days. And I've heard all good feedback, except for a situation like this where they're going to miss 3 or 4 hands. I'm going to refresh really quickly while we're waiting. So they've missed 4 minutes into the level right now, which is basically a hand or two. So some of the players,
Okay, we're ready for chip count.
understandably, are getting annoyed that they should be playing right now. They're losing time on the clock,
6:05.
especially if you're short
2.
stacked and the blinds are going to go up.
6:45. 3. 690. 3 at 4.
345.
345. Oops, wait, not
But
345.
Colleen has done such an incredible job,
5.
and Bobby
325.
also.
325.
Sippy yesterday was in
6.
here with us.
865.
Everybody's doing
865.
such an incredible job.
7.
This is the first real
270.
snafu that we've had.
9. 1,
Let's look at those stats right there. We are in level 21. Blinds are 10,000, 20,000 with a 20,000 big blind ante. Current prize pool, 171,000 left. They've already paid a lot with the every flight plate pays out.
Why am I not getting go?
Nine folds. 10 folds.
And poor Colleen is frazzled.
Where's Eric?
There's a lot of
Go
time
get Eric,
pressure
please.
on her to do this,
4 folds.
and She just learned how Wednesday. She's a great study. Just forgot one little thing.
Button is there, button is there. All the
And so they run over to the commentary to get me.
Why do I not have Bill?
I like how she's thinking through this out loud so we can see her thought process.
Hold on, wait, Glen continue game.
So they come back to the commentary booth, grab me.
I got all. I got the buttons. I got the chips. I got the names. I got the settings. Oh, thank you. Minimum chip is 5K. Blinds are what? 10 and
That's
20.
it. She just forgot to enter the blinds.
Okay. Yep. Yep. We will. Oops.
20,000.
I couldn't figure it out. Okay, we're.
You
How does
go.
this TV turn
need a
on?
remote.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
I
see
know
the
we
main
have a
TV.
15-minute delay, so I'm going to go find a remote for her.
Okay.
Back to the action. Angel Hernandez under the gun with King 7.
Fold.
Folds. Now, Bobby's going to go through and do all the action really quickly.
Flop action.
Flop action was 6 bet 20,000, 7 raised to 40,000, 5 moves all in.
Wait a minute, no pre-flop?
No pre-flop there. It was just
Okay. So 5 called and 7 checked.
Yep. And then
Okay.
Okay, and then
20 from seat 6.
Wow.
40
Robert
from
in the
seat
5
7,
seat flops 3
all in.
fours,
For 5. 20 for seat
moves
6,
all
bet
in,
20,000.
and picks up
Seat 7 bet 40.
the blinds and nannies. All right, that was hand number 1. I promise it will get better now.
6, 7 folds.
There we go. We're back on track now. Little 5-minute delay.
how much was that pot?
I have no idea. 20.
All right, whatever.
It's not how it goes every time. Relax, man. It's not how it goes every time. It's just we're trying to get
SEO
this
search
going.
engine
All right, that hand didn't
optimization on
exist.
it's really poor, so if you Google any combination of Choctaw, WSOP, stream, you're never going to find it.
What do you want?
I didn't know.
Nothing now. I just.
Straight to YouTube.
It would be
20 off spot 6, 40 off spot 7. Or 40, 6.
Doesn't matter.
40,
We're
60.
fine.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a 100K pot.
All right, 40, 60.
Yep, she's trying to make the pot right, but we're good.
100K. He added
If the
if I
pot,
added
if the
100K to his stack.
chip stack sizes for those players are a little bit off, we will cope with that. It'll be fine.
I just wish I had shitty.
All right, there's James Ray in the 10 seat.
folds.
He open folds King Queen under the gun. Dwayne Lewis, early position. John in the 2 seat with an ace 8 suit. This is live, Brad. John with the 2 seat has an ace 8 suited. He's going to raise it to 45,000. John Adams in the 3 seat
Calls. 4
calls
folds,
with
5
King
folds,
Queen
6
suited.
folds,
They're going to fold
7
around.
folds.
Angel in the 9 seat with an 8-9 suited. He's getting a discount with the big blind. I like a call
9
here.
calls.
Suited connectors. He's getting a good price. 165,000 in the pot. King 9-8. Great flop for Adam. John Adams. He's got the flush draw. He's got a straight draw. Angel and John both have the 8, but Angel has a 9 to go with it for 2 pair.
Every time on TV they see me
So
lose.
Angel currently has the best hand with 2 pair.
9 bets.
But John's
80,000.
got all of the outs. He's got a 10 for a straight, hearts for the flush, 10 of hearts for the straight flush.
Two folds.
John in, he's got 22 outs up there, you can see.
3 calls.
Ready for turn.
There's a tray of diamonds, does not help John.
Said something about needing a Samsung remote, Colleen, for the TV.
Okay, Jan would probably have that down there.
Yep, they're looking for the remote to turn on that TV clock right behind her.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. 9 bets. 225,000.
225,000 into a
Or ask Bob.
550K in the pot. It's going to cost John
Bob's the
half
man.
of his stack to call. It's hard to fold right here. He's got so many outs, but he's a 30%. He's not quite getting the correct odds. He's a little bit short.
Or I don't
He's
know
being
if it's
charged a
the
little bit too
channel.
much. He is going to call, though,
Probably
looks like.
does because it's on the wrong channel.
Yeah.
3 calls.
He does make the call. He needs a heart or a 10.
Ready for river.
And not the a jack doesn't do it. It does give him second pair, but it's not good enough. Angel has the best
9 goes
hand.
all in.
He does go all in. All of the draws, except for 10 queen, I guess, gets there, but all the other draws miss. 10-7 also gets
3
it.
calls.
He does call.
8s and 9s.
Oh, he invested too many chips in that pot and thought his jack might be good. Unfortunately for John, he missed all of those draws, and Angel's picking up a huge pot. Add 745,000 to his stack. He's up to 2.2 million now. Massive stack for Angel. Nice hand. Flopping 2 pair in the big blind.
Oh, I have your player's card. Actually, I have your license.
That's more important.
Angel up at the top. He's got almost 3 times as much as second place Matt Goodridge with 865,000. My friend Bart down at the bottom of this leaderboard.
Where'd that guy go?
Right here,
Oh,
right
sorry,
here.
he's right there.
There's Jimmy
He's got the C card in his
with the
hand.
payout slip.
I don't have C card, no, Jimmy. 1 folds. Two raises to 50,000. 4 folds, 5 folds, 6 folds.
Pocket queens for John Gerhardt
7 folds.
in the 2 seat. He makes it 50,000. Action's going to fold all the way around to James Ray in the big blind. He's not going to call. John's going to pick up the blinds and handies that are in the middle.
Shows queens.
Shows queens. Everything's smooth now.
Two folds. 4 folds.
Robert Perkins in the 5 seat with pocket 6s.
5 raises to 45,000.
Gonna make it 45,000. Just a little more than a min raise. Blinds are 10,000, 20,000. Matt puts out a call with
7
ace
folds.
6. Bart folds king 7 suited.
9 folds.
Angel's gonna fold on the button. James has ace queen suited in the small blind. He's getting a discount. He's got a great hand. He's all in for his last 245. That's what I was expecting him to do. He's got about 6 big blinds. So he's going to invest it all. And that does get Robert to fold the pocket 6s. Matt's going to be way behind. There's only 1 6 left if he decides to call. He's got the chips, though. He's got a bunch of chips. He's going to put it in there. We saw Robert folded 2 6s. It's only the 6 of clubs is the only card. And the 6 of clubs will give James a straight now. He's drawing dead. So that's the game. He does hit his queen on the river, which makes Robert feel better for folding 2 6s in that situation. Nice little pot for James Ray. He's up to almost 600K. About 30 big blinds for Ray, James Ray in the 10 seat. We're going to pull up the chip stack size right now.
You can't be on your phone. So
30
it'll
big
be
blinds,
one round
not
phone
20.
next time.
Bobby Bear controlling this table. You are not allowed to use your phones when you're at the feature table. We don't want you to be getting any information on the opponents you're playing while you're playing live.
45.
We also take away
6
headphones and iPads
7
and stuff
folds.
like that, which can be
9 folds.
disconcerting to players who are used
10
to,
folds.
blocking out everybody with their headphones,
1
but
fold.
now they have to sit here and act like it's a game with people in it. You know, you're not clicking buttons on the computer. Ace Jack versus King 10. Robert hits the ace. Matt needs running cards to make a straight or 2 pair or 3 of a kind. Way behind. I think Robert's going to just bet out and take it. Continuation bet with the best hand.
5 bets, 50,000.
50,000. That's going to be enough for Matt to fold.
6 folds.
Matt picks up a little pot there.
That was good.
$56 players remaining. 1,310 started. We've got a bunch of viewers. Nobody's chatting. Tell me hi. Tell me you can hear me if everything's
5
working.
folds.
Let me know if you can hear the table in the
6
background.
folds.
Angel.
7 folds.
All right. It's been 10 minutes. I'm going to quickly hit connect because it's been 10 minutes and I forgot to hit my timer. So we're going to lose a couple seconds out of that hand while we reset.
10 folds.
Hi.
10 folds.
Well, Brad, I knew you were there. You already asked if it was live. Nobody else, just Brad has a keyboard that works.
2 raises to 45,000.
There's Justin. Love the tournament structure, much improved. I don't know if it's improved. I didn't know what it was before, but yeah, this is a great structure. We were talking about that yesterday. This is a really, really good structure for for a $200 tournament. Calvin with King 3 hits his 3.
2 bets, 55,000.
John has King 6. See, this is a funny stat. Even though Calvin has the best hand with bottom pair, John has the straight draw, the overcard, the flush draw, and it shows he has the best hand statistically, even though he's behind. If this was showdown, Calvin wins with a pair of 3s.
4 moves all in.
But John has so many outs, he's statistically ahead. So the top is showing you the outs for Calvin to just hold.
Please roll your hands over.
And it's an all-in.
King Trey versus King 6.
All right, we're going to see
Ready
it.
for a turn.
1 of a turn.
Ross Bryant says my neighbor has 3 rabbits. There's a flush for John. We're going to lose Calvin. Calvin did get it all in with the best hand, but John had the statistically, he was a statistical favorite in that hand. Calvin's like, wait, why is he getting the chips? He didn't see the flush. He thought he was on a straight draw. And he's like, oh, you had the straight draw and the flush draw and the overcard. All right, well, good call. We're going to lose another player. We're going to lose Calvin there. John picks up those chips. Aaron Cherry says GL Bart Cloverleaf. Adam Parkhurst is in the chat on Facebook.
Dead small?
Yes, that's small.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You're good.
Dead small button.
6
This
folds.
running the feature table is constant communication between the dealer and Colleen and the action tracker. They have to constantly talk to each other to make sure everything's accurate and that on point for the viewers at home.
1 fold.
And like I said, they started doing this. I taught them how to do it Wednesday. They adapted very quickly, and they're doing a fabulous job.
2 folds. Not supposed to, right? No, not supposed to.
All right. Robert just gets a walk. He gets back. He's happy about that. He gets back his blinds and antes, and we're going to have a dead button and go on to the next hand.
If you just say the seat without anything, I know that's a fold.
Okay. See without anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to save yourself some talking.
I don't really
There it
care.
is.
I like
Okay.
hearing myself talk.
They're doing shorthand now. He's just going to say 3 instead of 3 folds.
Have me over here. Yeah, they can hear it a little bit. But the commentary usually it muffles most of it. So you can hear it. I think 7, 9,
If I'm quiet, you guys can hear them talking.
10. 1.
John in the 2 seat with pocket sixes.
2 raises to 45,000. What's been happening when they switch?
Michelle Bogart, thanks for the live stream. Thanks for watching, Michelle. I know who you're rooting for.
Ready for flop.
So John raises it to 45,000 in the cutoff with pocket sixes. Matt defends his big blind with queen jack. He does hit a gut shot. He needs a 9 to make a straight. John does hit bottom set. There is a flush draw out there, so I think he's going to just lead right out and not slow play this. He makes it 55,000, which is a good bet. I think Matt calls. He's got 2 overcards and the gut shot. The overcards will not help him. He needs exactly a 9. The 9 of clubs was folded, so he has 3 outs.
6 raises to 125,000.
Makes it 125,000. He's only got 355 behind. If John shoves, he's priced himself into calling. Yes, he did. Now there's 1.2 million in the pot. Matt only has 355 behind with a gut shot. Bad spot for Matt. I think he's going to have to give up now, and he did. I like the move because
Shows pocket 6.
if John didn't crush that flop like he did, that check raise works. But John, he's not folding middle set or bottom set there. He's not folding a set at all. So he rips it back and Matt has to fold. But Matt, I don't hate the move. I mean, aggression wins tournaments, so we tried. Robert Hart in the YouTube chat, he says Tulsa in the house. Someone from Tulsa will win today.
9 folds.
All right, guys. Hey, what do you guys think? Are we going to have
1.
someone from Tulsa win? Are we going to have somebody from Durant win? Are we going to have somebody from Dallas come up and win this thing? Louisiana?
5.
Let's make it broad. Let's go states. And if you want to get more specific, you can throw in a
7
city.
calls. Please roll your hands over.
Matt Goodridge in the 6th seat goes all in
Ready for
for his
flop.
last 355,000. That's about 20 big blinds with ace 10. Bart calls with king deuce. He needs a 4 for a straight. They're all live. He does not get it. Bart's eliminated. Bart was really short that hand. He only had 180K to start the hand. And the big blind was, he was in the big blind, so. Justin Del Rio says, I'm rooting for Anna, Texas. Is Anna a city in Texas, or are you rooting for a player named Anna who's from Texas?
Red small blind.
Angel Hernandez, way up top,
All over
2.1 million.
right now, so we'll get a couple players coming out already. Yeah, he didn't have that much.
Yeah, we've lost, I think, 3 players on this table. We're going to have to slow it down until they balance out there.
Big one, and it definitely changes the dynamic of the.
Yeah, but that's what they said. It's not a big deal, but when you have, in traditional Annie, it wasn't as big of a deal to miss a couple of hands. But now with the big blind Annie, when you're forced to pay the full ante during your big blind, it makes it a lot more challenging.
570 in the 3.
All right, Colleen getting new players for us. Just north of McKinney and Dallas. Chase Clark says pushing for Byron Abernathy from Bella Vista, Arkansas. Let's go get him, brother. Byron was in the was on the stream yesterday. I was wondering why Colleen was helping out so much. We have a gentleman in a wheelchair who need a little assistance balancing tables.
It's 40. It's 5 raised to 40. Call from 6. Call
5.
from 9.
She's got to go type in the action. 5 raises to 40,000. That's Robert Perkins
6 call.
in the cutoff with pocket 2s. Matt calls on the button
Ready
with
for
Jack
flop.
Queen, and Angel comes in with ace 10 of diamonds, flops 5
Checks.
deuce diamonds with a 7. Robert's got bottom set. Angel has the nut flush draw. Matt has no part of this. He's folding. Robert's going to go ahead. Second time in a row we flopped a set against a huge draw.
6 folds.
I guess it wasn't in a row, and I guess the gut shot wasn't a huge draw. I was thinking of the other hand.
9 raises to 200,000.
9 makes it 200,000 with his flush draw. I expect Robert to shove here. He's got 350 behind. You're not going to call off half your stack with bottom set and then fold. Yep, that's a shove, and that's a call from Angel. He's got almost 2 million chips. He's going to invest them all with a flush draw. He needs a diamond.
And the river.
Exactly, a diamond is all he needs. A 10 won't help him. 2 pairs not good enough. Robert gets the full double to 910,000 chips. I'm doing that exact thing, Angel. I'm check shoving that flop with nut flush, but the exact same thing happened. The pre-flop raiser flop bottom set, so your check shove, even though you were check shoving with a fabulous hand, did not connect.
Earl.
All right, well, they're counting chips and getting these new players in. I'm going to refresh the stream. It's going to just go black for about 5 seconds, and then we'll be right back in the action. Loser, that's not the shirt I want to be wearing on day 2 deep in a poker tournament at all.
Thank you. And we're rocking and rolling. Dead button.
Robert Harp says, thanks for taping me on the feature table. It's pretty cool.
2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome.
All right. Action's going to fold around. Is that? I thought I saw the name as they folded say Burton.
6 raised to 40,000 on 10 fold. Other than that, have fun. The cards just have to go inside the box. It's just how that
Sub pop. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, cards one on top of the other. Thanks, Greg.
Looks like we might have a communication problem here. They're trying to
Yeah, no liquid on the table.
teach him in sign language with gestures how this table works. But this happened 15 minutes ago and they didn't come get me, so they're gonna figure it out.
Waiting to post that, I appreciate that.
John Gerhardt with 1.2 million chips. Let's go. That is Earl Burton in the 3 seat.
5, 6.
I'm Facebook friends with Earl. I've never met him. If it's the same Earl, I'm not positive.
9 raises to 50,000. 10.
Angel on the button with a Jack 4 suited makes it 50,000 to go. James folds and Dwayne decides to defend his 9-8 suited for 30,000. I like that a lot. Now he's going to get a bunch of chips. I expect a full double from Dwayne. He's only got 485,000. So depending on how he plays this, Angel has top pair. Dwayne has bottom 2. Angel needs a Jack, a 4, or running cards that make him 2 pair. Yep, all in. Does Angel fold top pair? I guess it's a tough call. 410,000.
Okay, new players and dealers, 3 and 500 blinds, 500 big blind, and
410 to call. It's 20 big blinds to put in with 1 pair with no kicker. I think Angel does fold. All right. Now the cameras have not moved, so I'm gonna go see if somebody bumped my switch. I'll be right back, guys.
25 out there?
You just won, yeah. 15. 3 folds. 4, 5, 6. 9 raises to 60,000. 10. 1. 2 calls.
Flop. Thank you for helping out with that. Thank you
Yeah,
for
heads up.
helping.
2 checks. 9 checks.
Turn.
Oh yeah. 2 checks.
Okay, there we go. We're back. We're in action.
85,000.
Looks like Angel makes it 60,000. John calls from the big blind. Check, check on the flop. John checks the turn. Angel bets with 2 pair, 3 pair, and John lets it go. So I did have to reset my HDMI switch in about 15 minutes. You're going to see me walk in the background, press a button, and then the cameras are going to start working again. Question for viewers: should have brought back in. Question for viewers: should have brought back in for 15 big blinds, yes or no? Are you asking if yesterday when you busted out you should have bought back in with 15 big blinds? Is that the question? 25K starting stack. So Angel in the 9 seat with ace 10 in the hijack.
Or else I'll be going, because I keep rolling backwards. 9 raises to 60,000. 10. And it's in a weird spot.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's bumping the table leg.
Right.
Action just gonna fold, and Angel's gonna pick up the blinds and annies with a small raise. So Robert Harp on YouTube chat is asking, he busted out, should he have bought back in to a $200 tournament, coming back in with 15 big blinds? That must have been like a level, 2 levels before last break, before the dinner break, I'm guessing, because I think the last level before dinner break is 10 big blinds. You're coming back with like 1,000, 2,500, something like that. So 12.
5.
10.
So you must have been at 515 or 10, 1,000, 1,500 big blinds.
6
All right, we're
raises
back
to
to the action.
60,000.
Matt in the 6th seat with pocket 10s. Raises it to 60,000. Angel folds ace 9 in the 9 seat. James Ray does not show his hand. Dwayne in the cutoff folds ace 5. John on the button folds 6 straight. Earl decides to call with Jack 10 suited. He's getting a discount from the small blind, and now Greg's getting a good price, 170,000 in the pot. He has to call 35. He makes a call, and we have 205,000 chips in the pot.
3 players to the floor.
4 deuce 7. Greg hits top pair. Matt's still way out in front with 2 10s.
6 bets 70,000. 3.
Earl does fold. Action's on Greg. With top pair. He needs a
4 moves all in.
He's all in for 445. That's an easy call for Matt, I think. Actually, it's It's almost all of Matt's chips also. He does call.
Roll your hands over.
Greg needs a 6 or a 7. 2 of the 6s have been folded. He's got 3 live outs. This is live, Brenda.
River?
Queen is no good. He gets an 8, and Greg is eliminated. Ship the pot to Matt. They're going to count to make sure. Yeah, Robert said it was right before dinner break yesterday.
Oh, 400. 465.
So I'm not positive that the Earl Burton I'm friends with on Facebook is the same Earl Burton that's sitting here in the 3 seat. I don't think it is. My Earl Burton friend is from Florida.
Dead small. Hey out! Told you I like you're gonna start talking. My bad.
Dead small?
Right? It's not a bad one. Dead small, yes, ma'am.
Brenda Horton, loving on Facebook. Her son was at the table last night. She's in the chat
Six raises
box.
to 70,000.
Matt makes it 70,000 with pocket queens under the gun.
One. Two.
John's not defending king 5. Earl's not coming in with a 6-9. Robert folds 6 tray. That's a quick pickup with queens.
Dead, but
The problem with having the best hand is you have to have somebody come in with the second best hand. So nobody has anything, you don't get any chips. Angel's still at the top with 1.7 million. Matt right behind him with 1.2 million, and John behind him with 1.1.
John, 2.
two. Pull it off for 2 beats. You gotta bring it on. So, good. Pull it off for 2 beats together. On the side. 1, 2, and then bring it together. Good. 10. 1. 2. 3.
Angel raises to 60,000 with ace 10,
For the next hand.
and I think ace jack folds. Yeah, Dwayne Lewis with the ace jack of diamonds folded. I had to look back at the replay. Ace jack suited. Well, he didn't want to get in a fight with the chip leader, I guess, in early position. Just my opinion, don't agree with deep payouts because of hours spent playing and expensive, just saying. You want to be more top heavy, Robert? Like, I think they paid 12% in this tournament. The standard used to be 10%, and they, the standard is trending towards deeper payouts to keep more money in the poker community instead of putting it all in the top 3 spaces like it has traditionally been. So that's a valid argument. You know, you play for 2 days and you make a couple $1,000 instead of a bunch. But I think more people prefer the more flat structure rather than have a really top heavy structure.
Turn.
All right. Matt checks his 10s. John bets 85,000. Matt calls. Matt checks on the turn. John needs a king and a king only. Let's see if he stabs that again.
2 bets 155,000.
He does. 155,000. He's going to represent that queen. I don't know if it'll work. I think if I'm Matt, I call. It's not an easy call. He does fold.
Yep. 6 folds. He's got
Since John bet on the flop without the queen, it makes it unlikely that he just magically hit the queen. We're getting to about to the spot where I went back and fixed the camera. Oh, and just as I said it, it starts rotating. So
7-0.
the cameras are fixed. Now we're going to see a rest of the table. I mean, not that we don't want to sit and watch Earl the whole time, but we get to see everybody now. Earl Burton
Raise
with
it to 70,000. 4, 5,
ace
6,
10. Julia Hurt says Hurts at the table.
9,
Okay, yeah, you can have your phone out in the area and you can have it. Just don't
10,
put it out.
There we go. That's what those guys look like. Angel and James both fold.
So that he's doing over there. No liquids on the table. And just keep your cards in the 7 box. And
There's we see Dwayne and John next. Well, we're not going to see him because the clock's in the way. There's Dwayne and John behind those leaderboards. And then we're going to see Earl Burton and John Hurt. John's right behind that leaderboard. I think it'll go away in time that we can... Nope, we didn't see him. All right, seat 4 will put them to the test. I played with him. Seat 4 is John Hurt. Yeah, he's fun to have at the table. Definitely aggressive. Makes you think.
4, 5.
There he is. There's a shot of John Hurt.
6 raises to 65,000. 7.
6 makes it
Yep.
65,000 with pocket aces. Angel folds. James has 10-8. He folds, and Dwayne Lewis has 5-4. He's going to fold. Matt's going to pick up the pot. Nobody has anything to contend with. "44 players remaining in the tournament." That is 5 players. 5 tables. And I think what we're going to do, what I like to do, every break grab a new table so the most people have a chance at this feature table. I think what they're going to do now, and I don't know this, but on break, I think they're going to leave these guys here and just feed them in as they bust. So eventually everybody will be at this table. I don't know that.
3,
On break, they might grab a new table, but I think they might just leave these guys here.
4 raises to 60,000.
4
5,
makes it
6,
60,000.
7,
Ace King suited.
9,
Now, if you
10.
John is new to this table, so they might not know how aggressive he is unless they watched the stream yesterday. But he actually has the best hand right now. And again, the best hand is going to get no playback. All those tables in the background were full yesterday. 700 and some players.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 1 raises to 60,000.
Dwayne Lewis in the 1 seat makes it 60,000. John in the small blind, he's getting a discount. Blinds are 15.25, so he's got to call 45,000 with Queen 10.
3 call.
And Earl does call with pocket 2s.
3 players.
Robert, excellent staff. Excellent staff, definitely. John in the small blind hits top pair.
2 checks.
He checks it. Earl's going to check it behind. Dwayne in the 1 seat with 2 8s. He's
1
going to
bet
continue.
75,000.
75,000. I think John's going to call with top pair, and Earl's going to
He
fold
calls,
with the pocket
3 folds.
2s.
Turn.
We are heads up with another queen. John's not going anywhere now. He might just bet. I want to see a check.
2 checks.
I want to see a check behind, but Dwayne,
1
yep, he
check.
does check behind. Now John's going to bet any river. Oh, full house. He's got the nut full house. It's going to take 7-7 to beat him. I want to see a bet. He's got 355 in the pot. 100?
His bet's 130,000.
130. Now, Dwayne's in a tough spot. The queen beats him, the 9 beats him, the 7 beats him. He does beat ace high because he has 2 bigger pair than the pair on the board, the 2 pair on the board. I think it's a pretty easy fold. He doesn't want to put in a quarter of his stack hoping that John is calling down and betting with ace high. That's a good fold.
Fold.
Yep, he didn't want to. That was tough. It's good bet by John. Well played. Michael Miller up in Milwaukee says he's buckled in for a long afternoon. We're going to be here. It's 2 o'clock now. I would put the line at 10 o'clock before we get out of here. There's my 10-minute timer. I'm going to hit connect while these guys are stacking chips. Are we thinking 10 o'clock? Who thinks it's going to be done before 10 p.m.? Put out your guesses. What time do you think this is? 2 guesses. What time do you think we're going to make final table? And what time do you think we're going to be done? It's 2 p.m. right now. There are 45 players left.
7. 9. 10.
Robert under the gun makes it 55,000 with Jack 10. Dwayne with the same pocket 8s he had last hand.
1 calls.
John with pocket 3s now. He's on the button. 55 to call. There's 175 in the middle. He makes the call. Earl with 10-4 is going to fold his small blind. And John with 9-7 is going to fold. Nope. I mean, he's going to call.
5 calls.
He is getting good price. He's halfway there in the big blind.
4 players. 4 checks. Bets 85,000. 1.
Robert continues the aggression.
4.
Dwayne does fold 8s. John does fold 3s. John's gonna fold 9-7. Robert picks up the pot with just jack high and some aggression.
500,000. 500,000.
Just got confirmation. We will do a complete redraw at 27. Robert says after 10 for sure unless they are chop heavy. Michael Miller says 9:14 he's going to hit the final table and 1:03 a.m. I forgot about chops because usually we don't chop. A lot at the feature table, at the final table when everybody's watching, unless the blinds are really going up too fast and there's just a lot of gamble, I don't see very many people chopping very often.
3.
Just because they want to look good on the final table.
4 raises to 60,000.
4 is going to make it 60,000 from the small blind. John Hurt with Queen Deuce suited, and Robert Perkins is going to fold. Robert has 1,000,000 chips. Robert Perkins in this 5 seat. There's Matt and Anwesh. Anwesh just sat down a couple minutes ago. He's new to the table. We're balanced and keeping this table full.
You cannot go watch the stream right now.
43 left in the background. We're going to get a new table at 27. There's our first shot, seeing Anwesh. Angel in the 9 seat. Ace Jack suited, 1.7 million chips.
9 raises to 60,000. So yeah,
Makes it 60,000 chips. James is going to fold his ace. Dwayne's going to fold.
They can watch the stream if they want.
All right.
They're not playing at the same table.
John Hurt on the button with ace 10 suited. I think he comes along for 60,000. He's got position. He wants to. He's got a lot of chips. He's got 900,000 chips. He does fold. All right. He's chatting. I don't know what he said. Probably something to the effect of he doesn't want to tangle with the chip leader with ace 10.
Thank you.
Back, fold. I thought you were dragging my phone.
I still, no, I had most of it, but I didn't
Yeah,
see.
yeah, everything folded.
I didn't see the last one.
Yeah, everybody folded around.
Actually, at this point, there's only 5 tables left in the tournament. They're going to feed all the other players into this table.
So we'll rotate out after this.
No, you guys are going to stay here. You're going to they're going to rotate in.
Yep.
Get all the
So
anytime you want.
Colleen is confirming at the table that they are not going to move on break.
We were talking about it.
During day ones, I like to switch every break to give as many people as possible the experience of the feature table. But here it is on day 2. We're going to let these guys just stay here until there's a full redraw on 27. I like it.
Am I DL?
3 calls. 4, 5. 6 calls.
Earl limps in with the 9-10 suited in the hijack. Matt calls from the small blind. On Wesh, he just checks the big blind with king queen. Does flop the best hand except for Earl has a flush draw. Matt has no part of it.
7 bet 60,000.
On Wesh is going to bet 60,000 into a 100K pot. That's a good size bet.
Yeah, 60,000.
Sounds like Earl's going to call. Matt's going to fold. He just has ace high.
Turn.
All right, we're heads up to the turn. It's an 8. That gives Earl a double gut and the flush draw. He could win with a 7, a jack, or any heart.
7 bets 80,000.
80,000. That's a small
3
bet.
calls.
Earl quickly calls.
Ready for a river when you are.
Another 8. That doesn't help. Anwesh has the best hand with 2 pair.
10 shorts.
It's got to make him scared that Earl keeps calling. If I'm Anwesh there in the 7 seat, I check.
7 moves all in.
Oh, he just takes the exact opposite approach. It's only gonna, and it's gonna be a fold because Earl missed everything and has 10 high. But, wow, nice hand.
Can you do me a favor?
Pot, 2, and Wesh.
What? 15, 25, 25. The clock is right over on your left. Right there. Yep.
There we go. We are down to 42 players. The blinds are 15, 25 with a 25 big blind Annie. So the big blind is a starting stack of this tournament now. It's always nice to get to that part of the tournament where the big blind is a starting stack.
Surprise. 10. 1.
John Gerhardt
2 raises to 60,000.
makes it 60,000 with pocket 8s. Earl Burton with a suited ace 6.
3 calls.
He's going to call.
4, 5, 6. Good sir.
Folds around to Ann Wesh with ace 10. In the small blind, he's going to get a slight discount of 15K.
7 raises to 150,000.
He's going to make it 150,000. That's a great bet.
9.
Great bet. I think John might call the extra 90K. There's 320 in the pot. So he's getting better than 3 to 1 on his money, and we might lose Earl now. Of course, he's getting 4 to 1 on his money since John came in. But that's half his remaining stack to call. I think he's kicking himself that he called the first 60. Yep. I think with that, with 8 big blinds left,
Ready for a flop.
Earl should be picking a spot in the next couple of hands to get it all in before the big blind hits him. Wow, ace-6 folds and that comes out. Dang it, Earl, you should have just picked that spot to play bad and get it in. And Wesh is going to pile, and John is going to call.
125.
125.
And Wesh bets 125,000. That's 5 big blinds he's putting out there. Now John has 2 8s. He does let it go. He must be afraid that Ann Wesh has a bigger pocket pair. Let's check out Earl's reaction, see if he does anything after folding those trip 6s. That's always frustrating. You call and then you fold, so you put in a bunch of chips that you don't even get to see a flop with, and then you crush the flop, and you know some inferior hand picks it up. There's Jimmy in the background, Sommerfeld, Poker Executives.
Okay.
We are balancing tables. It sounds like we lost a couple of outside tables, so he's going to he's going to take Dwayne from us. We must be
2, 3, 4.
getting close to about 36 players if he's going to balance break a table.
6 raises to 60,000.
Matt makes it 60,000 with ace 10 in the cutoff.
7, 9.
James Ray 8, 9 suited in the big blind, getting a nice discount. 35,000 to call. 160,000 in the pot now. Ooh, 5, 9, 10. James hits middle pair. Matt hits top
10
pair.
checks, 6 bets 75,000.
James
75?
checks.
75.
Matt continues for 75,000 into 160K pot. I like James's call here. You know, chances are he doesn't hit the 10. It's hard to make a pair. 7. Nobody has a spade, but James does have the open-ended straight draw now. He could win with a 6 or a jack or an 8 or a 9. James just ships it in there. Matt's going to have to fold. He can't hold one pair. Good bet, James. Makes it really hard for Matt to call with top pair, top kicker when there's a 3-line straight out there and 3 cards to the flush. Very well played. James in the 10 seat. Also, if the players have been paying attention, James Ray in the 10 seat, he's only got a 3% VPIP after 30 hands, so he's only played like one hand. No. Yeah, it's not very many. 3%. That's one. He's played one hand before that one, and he raised with that one. Let's pull up the pre-flop raising. He played one hand and he raised with that one hand. So if players are paying attention, they're definitely going to give him some respect for playing that way.
9 folds. 10.
And West with pocket kings makes it 60,000 again. I like it. He made it 60,000 with ace 10. He made it 60,000 with pocket kings. I like him not varying his bet size based on his hand strength. He doesn't give away any information by his bet sizing.
The 10, right?
I'm working as hard as I can.
There's the VPIP again. James up to 7%. That's twice in 28 hands he called.
I'm a player's dealer. I play too.
John Hurt with ace
4
queen.
raises to 60,000.
He's got he's gonna make it 60,000 under the gun.
5, 6, 7 folds.
Action's
Yep,
gonna
you're
fold
good, I got it.
around
9,
to Angel.
10.
James folds ace 8. Action's on John in the small blind, and now Earl with a 10-7. He's not going to defend. John Hurt in the
All right, now we're new
under the
blinds,
gun
15, 30,
4 seat
30.
picks up the
Now
pot.
we're at the blind.
Blinds are up now. We've been at the table for just about.
Is table part of the redraw for?
This is
Yes.
starting our
So
third level.
What he just said is when we redraw at 27, obviously it's going to be a full redraw, so anybody on the redraw could draw this table. So, but we'll just stay here until
When
it
you
goes.
said they feed everybody in here till the end, I thought that
Well,
was
I meant until they get to the redraws at 27.
That makes perfect.
Yeah.
Until we redraw 27.
That's perfect.
And then.
James said, "Wait, you said we were going to stay here the whole time
Five.
until we redraw."
Well,
No,
all the way until the redraw.
Just to
Yeah.
do it. Not
At the redraw, we're not going to
Yeah.
grab another table at break
redraw then.
because we're going to be really close to the redraw, so we're not going to make people move twice. We're just going to do it all at break. That's a lot better. James Ray in the cutoff. He's getting aggressive now. He's got ace king, makes it 60,000. It's going to fold around to John Hurt in the big blind. He's got the discount with a suited queen 7.
4 calls.
Flop.
We are heads up.
Ace 9-9.
Four check.
James has the best of it. I think a little continuation bet's going to work. He could go 60, 80, 100. It doesn't matter.
10 bets, 15,000, 30,000. 10 bets, 30,000.
he tried to bet 15,000 and Bobby looks at him and goes, "Wait, no, 30,000." Min bet is one big blind. He got at least bet 30. James was going for some value. He's like, "Can I bet half a blind?"
It's okay. It's okay. 6, 7,
All right, we've got a new hand out there.
9, 10. Two bets, 70,000. We raise it to 70,000.
John makes it 70,000 with pocket 8s. If anybody's keeping track, I think we've had pocket 8 like 10 times at this table in the last 30 hands.
4 folds.
In the last hour,
What did 3
we've
make?
had pocket 8s way more than any other hand.
Oh, 2 made it. Oh, wait. Okay.
So Earl folds, John folds, King Queen,
5 calls.
Ready for flop.
10-7. Robert with 10-7 and the discount. Oh, wow. John gets all of it. Robert is drawing near dead. He needs 10-10.
2 checks.
Turn.
Check, check. Good check back by John. Give Robert a chance to bluff at it. Robert hasn't been super aggressive, so I don't expect him to get out of line.
Hold on, she'll grab it.
I'll do it at the end of the
I think he's ready to just do a check
now.
call.
Two checks.
John's trying to play it as slowly
Ready
as
for ready.
possible. And Robert hits no part of it. I think he's going to check for the 4th time. He's just ready to give up with this hand. No, he is going to take a stab at it.
5 bets, 35,000.
I want to see a raise to 70 is going to take it down. It doesn't matter. You know, John has the best hand by far. Robert can't call anything. I mean, he might make it 100, go for some value.
To 130,000.
130 is way too much. I mean, it doesn't matter because Robert's not calling anything. Didn't matter. He's going to posture a little bit so people don't think they can just run him over. But there's no way he's going to do anything except for fold. And there it goes. You absolutely got max value. He asked him, "Did I get max value?" Yeah, you did. I mean, I'm folding any street, but when you check it 3 times to me, I have to bet.
Where's that?
I think it's a rule. All right, they're going to bring in a new player. I'm going to reset the clock. We're going to count to about 5 and come back. There it is. pull up that stack size again while they're counting. So we got Angel up at the top still with 1.7 and Ann Wesh with 1.7. John right behind them with 1.3. Down at the bottom, Earl Burton 135. James Ray 735. Robert Perkins, John Hurt, and Matt Goodrich right there with 850. So it's a couple guys at the top, couple guys in the middle, and Earl Burton trailing behind. He's going to look for a good spot to just put it in. He's only got 4 big blinds left. He just went through the blinds and antes.
4 raises to 70,000.
John makes it 70,000 with an ace 4 on the button. Robert Perkins with a king queen in the small blind is getting a 15K discount on that 70,000. It's going to cost him 55,000 to call. All in.
All in. 6
That's going to work against John, who just has a raggedy ace. He's not going to invest his whole stack on I have an ace. Good play by Robert. He's going to collect those chips he just lost in that last pot. Wow, if John can find a call here, that's not a great. I mean, he's ahead. He's a 2-to-1 favorite right now, but he doesn't know that, and Robert can always suck out and hit a king or a queen. You don't want to be mumbling to the parking lot about how you had the best hand. And that is a fold. John picks up the stack. Robert adds 130K to his stack, which is just about what he lost in that last hand, so he's back to where he was comfortable. $22 minutes left in this level. 15K, 30K. And I think we go on break after
raises
that.
to 65,000. 10.
Nine makes it ace. 7 of hearts makes it 65,000. Folds around to the button and the small blinds.
7 folded as well.
They're all done. Angel just picks up a pot with a suited ace 7. 38 players left. Earl's looking for a spot. Jimmy Ray, with his 9% VPIP, is not going to call. John in the under the gun +1
3,
makes it 70,000 with ace queen.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, 12 o'clock players, you are now on a 15-minute break. We ask that you please
9
leave the
calls.
area so your dealers can
Ready
prepare
for
for the
flop.
next level.
And that's not us on the break. That is the secondary tournament that started at noon.
That's 80,000.
They are on their 15-minute break. John continues with ace queen. He's got 2 overcards and the straight draw, and backdoor flush draw. Picks up the pot. Earl Burton, 4% for pre-flop raising.
All in.
There's Earl picked a spot. He wants to get in before the blinds come around to him. 9-10 suited is a good spot for him. I like it. 135K to call. Ace queen for John Hurt. He's going to isolate. They're going to go heads up to the entire board. It's 60-40 in John's favor. I'm rooting for Earl to stay alive.
Turn.
Wow, 7-8. He's got a flush draw. He's got a straight draw. He's got 2 live cards. He hits it. Finally gets his 10 on the river. Man, he had about half the deck there to hit. He needed a 6 or a jack for a straight, any diamond for a flush. His 9 and 10 were both live. He's going to get the full double before those blinds hit him. All right, we got a lot of people watching. Who are you guys rooting for? I didn't hear a lot of states that people are rooting for. We're thinking Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Nevada, Florida, Michigan. I saw a lot of states represented in this tournament. Easy fold for Earl Burton after he got the full double to 345,000. He's just going to fold. John with the trade deuce is going to let it go.
6, 7.
Robert's not playing. Matt's not playing. We're going to fold around to Angel on the button. He doesn't want to do it. James Ray, small blind, Queen Jack. He does not want to play any pots. John picks up this 15K without even looking at his cards. John Hurt, 650,000 chips. James Ray, right in front of him with 660,000 chips. All right. Pravash says Anwesh. Am I pronouncing that right? Kerry Guzman says go Angel.
4, 5. 6, 7. 9 raises to 65,000.
Angel makes it 65,000 with a suited queen 7. Now James has a hand he can play. He can't fold this. You can't fold ace king. 65 to call.
10 moves all in.
All in 660,000.
2, 3.
22 big blinds. He does not want to play post flop with the big chip stack leader. He wants to just take it down now or see all 5 cards.
Blindfold.
He's going to take it down now. Add 140 to his stack. Add about 3% VPIP and pre-flop raising. He's going to move up to about 6% pre-flop raising statistic. Very deep feature table. A lot of people with over 50 big blinds. Robert Perkins under the gun with ace jack in the 5 seat.
2 raises to, or 5 raises to 65,000. 6, 7.
It's gonna fold around. Chris Saher almost made it to day 2. He says on YouTube, enjoyed playing at the feature table last night. We enjoyed having you.
3,
James Ray calls from the cutoff with pocket 6s.
4.
Flop.
All right, we are heads up to a flop.
Heads up.
2, 3, 4. Great flop for James Ray. Pocket 6s. I want to see a
5
bet.
checks.
There's 200 in the pot. Make it 100.
Checks.
Oh, you got to bet that, James. Deny some equity. Yeah, you could have had that on the flop, James.
5
Now
check.
you're out of luck. You need a 5 or a 6. Robert's gonna now Robert's slow playing. He's got the jack high flush draw and top pair. We need a 5 or a 6 for James. He hits a 10. That's not it. Now Robert's gonna bet. There's 200 in the pot. I want to see 100 bet.
Aces with a jack. Aces with a jack. So we'll take it.
They just check it down.
And your exact chip.
All right. It's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna refresh the screen.
That's fine.
I want to see a little more aggression from James there. He bets a flop and he can take it down. I understand Robert checking it down because James has been so tight and passive that you know, if he comes into the pot, you think he might have better than ace jack.
1.385.
New player at the table is 1.385. Gonna sit down in the 1 seat. We haven't seen him yet.
Thank you.
Yep. Nothing to the table, no phones, no electronics here. You check your phone, it'll be a 1 round.
Bobby Aber just reminding people of the rules.
Try to be gentle with the cards.
I'll get you a chip wrap.
Chips in there. And then put them in the box so take them out.
Matt folds 10 tray.
Stack them on top of each other the best way.
And
Six
Wesh
folds, 7
raises to
65,000.
65,000 with Jack Queen in early
9,
position.
10.
Folds around to Warren in the 1 seat. 1.4 million. He had a king 7 he didn't want to play. Earl folds a king 8. John Hurt in the small blind. He's getting a discount, but he's got a 7 tray offsuit. All right, we need Robert. Now Robert's, he's halfway there. Ace high, out of position. I would go either way with this one since he is getting such a good price. I don't hate the call, but he is out of position
Ready for a flop.
against an aggressive player. If he doesn't exactly fit with this flop like that, that's going to be great for him.
5 checks.
He's got top pair, and Wesh is going to continue with middle pair.
7 bets, 65,000.
I expect Robert to flat right now. I don't think he'll raise because the 8 kicker is not fabulous. He might. Yeah, that's just a call.
5 calls.
Turn.
Oh, now he's in good shape.
5 checks.
I expect Wesh to check behind after Robert called on the flop.
7 bets, 125,000.
Makes it 125,000. He's still telling the story that he has a better ace, but now Robert has 2 pair. If Robert doesn't hit that 8 on the turn, that might work. Big stacks colliding. They both have over $1 million right now after putting 430K in the pot. He is going to raise it.
5
Robert
raises
brings the trap.
to 320,000.
Big bet. Big bet. I think Wesh is going to have to wave the white flag.
320.
It's a large percentage of his stack. Robert just put in about a quarter of his stack.
7 calls.
Oh, Wesh is drawing to a queen. The jack will not help him. He misses it anyway. Robert, there's almost $1 million in the pot. He's just going to go all in for his last 745,000. Wesh, if he was good on the turn, he expects to be good on the river, but I think he just folds. You're not calling off with second pair. Don't go broke with 1 pair right here, Wesh. Just, you know, if he's bluffing you, just wrap the table and say GG. Good fold. Nice hand for Robert. Picks up 1.7 million chips.
Fun.
Big pot.
7.
Big pot for Robert there.
9. 10. 1. 2 raises to 70,000.
John makes it 70,000 with a 10 jack.
4, 5. 6.
Folds around. John picks up the pot. Nine minutes left in this level. We will have another half hour. We will have another level before break. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, and we've got another half hour before break. 4 30-minute levels. And we will keep these players until there's a full reader at 27.
1.
James Ray folds pocket 4s in early position. Does not
2, 3.
want to play out of position with
4.
marginal hands.
5.
New player at the table,
6
seat
calls.
9, Miguel. What,
7 raises to 110.
when did she just change her name?
6 calls.
Ann says, great stream on Facebook. Thank you, Ann. I appreciate you.
Fold.
Fold. Yep.
When we redraw 3 tables, anybody's got a rep. 1 rep or more has to rep.
Okay, I'm gonna
35 places remaining. Matt Goodridge, Jamie Rutledge says, let's go. Miguel Hernandez.
Anybody's got a rack.
Is that who was always?
you want these?
I think she just changed his name.
All right, perfect.
Thanks, Jimmy. 10.
I don't know.
1,
James Ray folds King 10.
2, 3. 4 moves all in. 5.
John Hurt
6.
all in the hijack with a King 9. He's going to force those blinds to
9
pick up a
calls.
hand.
Ace
And
is first
9
line.
calls with ace, ace.
Ready for a flop.
He picked up a hand. John's way behind. Ooh, he needs a 9. He needs a... Oh, they had his middle name. Okay, thank you. They had his middle name, Angel. That's what it was, yes. So, John, I love the aggression, but he just picked a bad spot for Angel slash Miguel.
Hey,
Who
can you
wakes
bring
up with
all
the
those
ace
cards
and
so I
the
can
ace
reset
in
you?
the big blind and adds to his stack. He's got 2.2 million chips now.
Can't reset until they're all in.
Okay.
All right. All right. ready to
Sorry
go.
about that. I was trying to get it over as quick as possible. I used the deal roulette so I can move up to the stacks.
All right, so we have a payout here. Colleen is going to escort John to the payout desk. We're going to possibly... I don't think we need a new player. We're only down to 8. You know, it's not like we've got 6. Adam says, come on, Matt. He's talking about the 6th seat right there with 720,000 chips. Let's pull up Matt's stat while we're thinking about it.
2.
Matt, 31% VPIP, 14% pre-flop raising,
7.
22% aggression frequency. Earl is all in with ace 10
10.
in middle position, under the gun +2. Everybody folds. He picks up a nice little 75K in blinds and annies, adds to his stack.
Yep, not a problem.
I like how Earl does that. He folds around until he finds a premium hand and then gets it all in and steals the blinds and annies.
Yeah, we're gonna need a few more racks. Let me count how many racks.
He's up to 11 big blinds now.
That sure is legal.
J. Low Poker.
4, 5. All right, 5, maybe even 6. All right.
So Jason Lopez says this is Jason Lopez.
2, 3. Oh my gosh.
On Facebook. Have you added me as a friend yet, Jason?
Nine raises to 65,000. Appreciate the kind words, my friend. 10 folds.
All right.
1 fold.
I'm not sure what that was. One of the dealers was giving Bobby a hard time about something. All right. While we're talking, I'm going to reconnect. I'm going to jump on Facebook and go add J Low Poker as a friend. J-Lo felt so sick yesterday when he got stacked by John Hurt. Completely incorrect read. That was, you know, that sometimes happens, man. Sometimes it happens. Poker's a stupid game.
It was better yesterday. Yesterday was nice, but we need the bodies in there, I think, to keep the.
Oh, it's chilly. That's what they're talking about, how cold it is in there. Yeah, yesterday, with 700 people in the field, the body heat made it nice and warm. Today, they're talking it's a little bit chilly in there. All right, I'm going to scroll down to get you.
10.
J-Lo and all I can do is like. I can't add you, so you'll have to add me. But Matt raises to 100,000. That's just over 3 big blinds with pocket jacks in the 6th seat. That is a more aggressive raise than we've seen out of everybody today. So it looks like it's going to be an easy fold.
My car broke down. I had to hitchhike to get here.
All right.
And then I won the tournament. Now I can buy a new car. Can I get 5 more thousand for each one? He's got 25 on here. Yeah, it's there. No, you're good, sir. No worries. Thank you for the help, my friend. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm going to call your bluff, J-Lo. You haven't added me yet.
Appreciate that. 5 folds. 6 folds. 7.
I'm doing some social media stuff, and I missed that last hand. Looks like nothing happened, really.
9 raises to 65.
There's Miguel. I want to call him Angel still. Can I still call him Angel? Because Miguel makes it
1 call.
65,000 with King 9 suited in the hijack. Warren comes along on the button, and now John in the small blind with Ace Queen. He just calls. I want to see a. I don't hate a raise with Ace Queen. He's out of position for the rest of the hand. I guess with a raise and a call, and we don't know anything about Warren, so I don't hate
9 checks.
pot control. But now, see Warren right here. He's got 9-10, but he's got position. He's going to make a huge bet. There's 255 in the pot. He's going to make it 130 to go. Without knowing anything about Warren, John's just going to fold Ace Queen.
2 folds, 9 folds.
And Warren, nice hand, picks up the pot with 10 high. Let's see. Warren has 1.5 million. He's at 3rd place at this table. It's really stacked tight up at the top. Let's pull up those stack sizes again. 2.2 for Miguel, and then 1.7, 1.5, 1.4, 1.2. Really, really tight.
10.
Lot of play left.
2. 3.
Robert Perkins gets a walk. Everybody folds to him.
This will be the last hand at this level. 7.
And Wesh, 8-9 offsuit under the gun. Lets it go.
10. 1. 2.
Earl Burton, Jack 9 with the button. I want to see him coming for a raise. I don't want to just call 30K. Let's make it.
Call.
He did just call. Okay, I thought he was going to come in for a good raise. He's got the button. He could pick it up right now because 10-6 is not calling a raise. Oh, all right.
To 130,000.
Matt makes it 130. Now Earl has to fold. Yep.
3 folds,
I
5
don't
folds.
love the limp fold this late in the tournament. I think if he makes it 60, then Matt just calls 110, and then they see a flop. When he limps and then Robert limps, it's easy for Matt to raise and just take down the pot.
You get a ride. You get a ride. You get a ride. Everybody gets a ride. He's like Oprah.
Get one over here.
Trying to spread the wealth. 9, 10, 1, 2.
Looks like Earl's grabbing raising chips there, or calling chips at least. He's got the ace 5 in the cutoff. He does call. 30,000 to go. Actions on Robert Perkins with the button. King Jack offsuit. He's gonna make it 65, I'll bet. Ooh, it's bigger.
Jimmy came at the wrong time.
5 raises to 135,000.
100, big raise. I think he sees Earl folding, limp folding, limp folding, and Wesh with King Queen suited though. That's a big bet from Robert. And Robert has the chip lead right now, 1.5 million. And Wesh hates to fold King Queen. He's getting a small discount in the big blind, but it's still going to cost 100K to call.
7 calls.
He does make the call. I think Earl has to fold. That's half his stack. Yeah, he lets it go. That's the second time he's put in 30K and then gave it away
Ready for a flop.
to a raise.
We are heads up. Check.
Robert out flops and Wesh with 10 Jack 6. He has top pair, and Wesh flops an open-ended straight draw. This is going to be tough. If they play aggressively and get it in, it's a 2 million chip flip.
Five bets, 155,000.
Big bet,
155.
just over half the pot from Robert Perkins, 155,000.
7 calls.
Snaps it off. Anwesh calls. I like the call here. Some people might get a little aggressive and raise, but I like just the call. His hand is too strong to get bluffed off it if he does open the betting back up to Robert. He wants to all in.
Moves all in.
Oh, that's tough now. He's open-ended with one overcard that's live. He needs an ace, a queen, or a 9. Check Poker Eric, one word, J-Lo. Poker Eric on Facebook. You can also look for Eric Anderson.
7 folds.
That is a fold. You can also look on these YouTube, or excuse me, these Facebook videos that you're watching, and I share it on my personal page. So if you go and look to see who shared it, you can find me that way. No privacy settings, so anybody can go creep on my stuff. You will probably unfollow me though, because I post a lot about my kids and my dogs and all that fun stuff. Super fun page.
5 for 5.
If you like, you know, pictures of food
5
and
for 5.
pictures of dogs and pictures of kids. Jason Lopez. I'm going to go ahead and just add you now.
2, 3,
People.
4, 5.
I don't see you either, Jason. There's too many Jason Lopez's.
5, 6. Make sure we're keeping the pinks up front now. So the pinks are in
We do have a new chip in play. It is a 100,000 chip. It is pink.
All right, they got new chips in play.
How
Anwesh
about we make it 80?
Gotta be 80.
with the Jack 9. He's going to raise it to 80,000. Miguel is not going to call with a 9 deuce. I'm going to reset this.
I don't even know if we have to get chips in there.
I wonder if I click this button here. Let's see. That should have come back earlier than that. Let me try connect one more time. 5, 4, 3. There it is. There it is. Just took an extra clicker.
I think the series, I think had a big too. One fold. I think series had a big effect. 2, 3.
Robert Perkins, ace, 2 million chips. He's doing something right at this feature table. Oh, nobody can play with him. There we go. I found you. I just added you, J-Lo. Went to... Well, you haven't used Facebook in years. Oh, actually, I couldn't see everything. You're 21, dude? Is that real? You just turned 21?
6 raises to 110,000.
I call.
6.
110,000.
Matt Goodridge in the 6-8 makes it 110,000. With ace queen suited. From the hijack, it's going to fold around to Warren in the 1 seat. Warren's a wild card. We don't know much about him yet. He just sat down a little bit ago. He does fold. Bobby Abear from Michigan dealing in the box. He's been your dealer every day that I've been streaming. Earl is all in with a pocket pair under the gun. I like it. Robert's going to call though with king queen.
200,000.
I don't want to see him isolate, but king queen is not strong enough to isolate, but it is strong enough to call 5 bigs.
5 calls, 6 folds, 7,
Folds around to Miguel
9.
with ace jack. Miguel does fold to an all-in and a raise and a call. I think I call with ace jack. Team up on him. Ace queen. Wow, Miguel had like third pair or third hand in that. Third place in that hand. John's ahead with ace queen. Earl's still the best hand with pocket 3s.
3 players, 1 all in, all the actual beats.
9 deuce jack. Miguel would have hit top pair, but you can't play would have, could have, should have. All right, it's gonna go check.
Okay.
Robert needs a 10 or a king. 10 for a straight. King for a pair. John needs an ace or a queen. Just check it back, Robert. There's nothing to fight over in the middle. There you go.
River.
We need... He dodges... he actually triples... gets 3 3s. So...
Check.
Miguel would have lost anyways with ace jack.
Ace queen 9.
Full quadruple up, yeah, or better. Awesome.
3 threes. Thank you, sir.
nice. Let's look at these stack sizes now. Rooting for Earl Burton. He's up to 17 big blinds with that hand. That's beautiful.
Five, 6, 7, 9, 10, 1. Two calls. Three moves all in. Shows aces. I got you. Not a problem. Six, 7, 9, 10.
J-Lo asked, what is first place paying? I'm not positive.
One raises to 130,000.
Warren, our wild card, making it 130,000 in the cutoff.
5.
He sees how tight these players have been playing,
Button's good.
and he's going to take advantage. I'm going to jump on the Bravo app right here and see if we can see payouts at all. We are at Choctaw Casino and Resorts in Durant, Oklahoma.
Alex is my favorite one. Dirty black. Actually, I'm playing fair. Ooh, extra 100. 7 folds. 9. 10.
James Ray folds pocket threes. Warren, king, queen in the hijack.
One raises to 105.
Makes it 105,000.
Two raises to 305. 3, 5,
Two
6.
re-raises. So John's noticed that Warren's getting out of line. So he's going to 3-bet with a suited ace-7 in the cutoff. He's got position on Warren. He's going to put him to a test. Makes it 200,000 more to call. Warren's out of position. He has 1.4 million. He's going to put 200,000 in the pot. Doesn't want John to think he can run him over. Oh, it does come with an ace. Warren needs a 10 to make a gut shot straight. There's only 110 left in the deck, so he's in really bad shape. John can just, continue with this bet. There's 710 in the pot. He can make it 200.
2 bets, 260,000.
260. That's perfectly fine. Anything from like 2 to 4 would have been a good bet. Warren has to fold. Or bluff, and a bluff's not going to work. When you get 3-bet pre-flop and then the guy continues on an ace-high board, you just have to give him credit for it. Wow. Warren's new to the table. I think Warren and John might have some history outside this feature table, because Warren makes the play. Ooh, club. Nobody has a club, but Warren can represent it right now if he wants to.
One check.
He does check. If John checks behind and shows weakness, I think Warren bets the river.
2 checks.
Warren did not float that flop hoping a 10 came out. He has plans for this. I bet you Warren bets this 1.2 in the million in the middle. I'll bet you he'll bet like 500.
One bet's 330,000.
330, a little bit low. Giving John a good price to call. John has 3 pair now. He's got aces, 7s, and 4s. So if he was afraid of being out-kicked, he just sucked out on him. John was never hit behind in this hand. I would have wanted that bluff to be well, he only has 930, so he put a third of his stack in on a bluff. 1.6 million in the pot. He's got to call 300. He's getting a good price. Dang it, Warren says. That was supposed to work. So I like what Warren was doing. It'd be interesting to see what happened if that 7 doesn't come out, if John is afraid of his kicker. But I think for that price, John finds a call button anyway, and we ship 2.1 million. John makes nearly 1 million chips in that pot, and while they're stacking chips, I'm going to reset the clock. J Lo in YouTube, he says, congrats on having that big family. I'm 21, hope to have a happy family in the future. Yeah, I've got 3 kids, 27, 23, and 14. He'll be 15 in a couple of weeks. Miguel with a Q. Robert Harp says new poker room for cash is outstanding. Can't wait to play. Yeah, if you haven't been to the Choctaw Casino and Resorts in Durant, Oklahoma, this place is phenomenal. 3rd largest casino in the country, 5th largest in the world. We're going to watch Miguel and Earl with Ace Queen and Ace Queen. I like Miguel's chances to win this hand by betting.
9 bets 110,000.
Both of my older kids did play poker. My younger one was not interested. My 23-year-old used to run the poker games at recess in 3rd grade with checkers. They would take all the checkers. They would take all the checkers from the Connect 4 and the checkers games, and he would deal out the games. I was talking about that yesterday during recess. It was funny. My mother-in-law came home. She was a teacher in elementary school, and she told the story that they were doing, what does your family do for work type show and tell type thing. And my daughter said, well, my dad plays poker for money. And my mother-in-law was just shocked at that answer. And I said, well, who is a teacher? Oh yeah, he's played at my house before. It's okay. He knows.
6, 7.
Warren raises up with King 8 suited. Early position, and everybody folds. That's not going to slow him down at all. To, losing 1 million chips to John a couple hands ago, and he's right back at it. He's got 700K. But that's not going to stop him. He just picks up those blinds and antes for a while. You pick up 100K in blinds and antes every time somebody folds, or every time everyone folds. So if he's aggressive right now and just starts picking up the blinds and antes at every chance he gets, he's going to be right up there again.
Like I was dealing at the Golden Nugget this summer, and the tables were too high. So the first table I got here, I sent cards flying off the table. Yeah.
Robert Harp says, always teach kids poker for the people skills.
I'm going to bring that back in. We're going to start this over.
Miguel has Queen 10. He's not going to call, and Wesh takes it down with 6-4. 9 minutes left in this level. We are reaching the break. So in just about, I think they're going to be going to break pretty soon. Or they went to break probably 5 minutes ago. Actually, in real time, I'm stuck back here in the booth. Ace Queen for John Gerhardt. 2.1 million chips under the gun. I think he's going to make it probably 90K.
2 raises to 105.
105.
5 folds.
A little bit more.
7.
Now, if I'm at the table, I really don't want to mess around with John and his massive chip stack. It does fold around to the blinds. Warren with 7-5. He is in the big blind. He's getting a slight discount. Has to call 65K out of the 105.
Well,
One checks. 2 checks.
Check, check.
turn.
Oh, let's see if... And John's going to try to get Warren to bluff again.
River.
And it's not going to work. Warren had 1 out to chop it. He needed quads on the river to chop it. Doesn't happen. Finally, John's going to bet at it. It's not going to work because Warren's practically playing the board with 7 high. And John's like, I tried everything I could to make you fire at it. Didn't work. I like John's play there with an aggressive player like Warren. It just didn't work out in this situation. 7 minutes left before break. 31 players left. We'll probably play like maybe 1 level coming back from break before we do a full redraw. All right. Jason Lopez says, Andwesh is my arch enemy in poker. Every time we're at the same table, we always stack each other.
You're good. After the little hiccup you had to start, you got it. Thank you. Appreciate the help. 5, 6, 7.
Miguel,
9,
lets it go. Doesn't want to play the 7-8 suited. James isn't calling.
1.
Warren kind of smiles and folds his small blind. He must have saw something in John's eye knowing that raise was coming. John is, I think, 3 for 3 against Warren right now.
Look at his card when he got the 1.
He's got position, and he's had the best hands. Everything is going right for John. Everything is going wrong for Warren. Let's see if they can turn that around. Raymond says Warren's Tommy. Is his name Tommy? His favorite hand is 9-7. Is there a story behind 9-7, or he just likes it? Robert Perkins with 1.8 million chips under the gun with Ace King. He's going to come in for a raise. Going to make it 90K. Matt right behind him with pocket jacks.
6 raises to 210,000.
I think this dynamic, they're going to get it in.
9.
If Robert doesn't flat to see a flop, ooh, James, I don't see calling here. Not with a raise and a re-raise in pocket 7s. He's the tightest player at the table, and you don't want to go broke with pocket 7s with a raise and a re-raise. Earl, however, he's got 500K in the big blind. He's getting a discount. Ace 10 is not a great hand. Good fold. It's hard to fold those suited blackjack cards. All in
Moves all in.
and a call.
6 calls. Please
Yep.
roll your hands over. Ace King versus
Yeah, that's what I said. If these guys want to play this fast, they can get it all in right now. Queen.
Turn.
Matt has the heart draw, takes away, and that's it, the flush. All right, while he's stacking chips, I'm going to reconnect this probably for the last time this level before we come back from break. Yeah, with the cards that were folded, Robert had 1 out on the turn. He needed exactly the, or actually 2 outs. He needed the ace of clubs or a king of diamonds. And, you know, the other aces and kings were hearts or folded. And that's it, man. We're on to the next hand with John. John's still at the top. Miguel right behind. Same stack, 2.2 million. But now Matt's up there with him. That's a good hand. JJ against AK. Everybody's playing the letters. Cameron says, "Get him, Matt." He got him. He's got 1.8 million chips. Robert's down to just under a million.
Yeah, he was just stacking the chips. I should have said something. 10. One raises to 110.
Warren makes it 110 from the cutoff with ace high.
2,
That's going to clean out the riffraff.
3, 5.
I'd be watching out for Robert right now for a couple of hands just because of after losing that big one. Some people are tilting and they want to you know, gamble for a little bit before they calm down. That doesn't seem to be the case here. Robert went ahead and folded. He's going to keep his remaining 895,000. He's still in good shape. He's not a huge, massive chip leader like he was like 2 minutes ago before that ace king hand.
7, 9, 10. One calls.
Warren's just going to limp in now. That's suspicious. He's been raising the entire time.
Five calls.
Robert's going to limp in with queen 10. Matt with a 6-3. He's going to fold.
Flop.
All right, I'm going to start calling Warren Tommy. Is that correct?
5 checks, 6 checks.
Robert Harp does not like 8-8.
Turn.
Matt does flop the best of it with middle pair. Warren takes it away, or Tommy takes it away with top pair now.
5 checks.
I'm wrong. Matt flopped
6
2
bet,
pair.
75,000.
Robert needs an 8 to make a straight.
1 calls, 5 folds.
Warren does call with top pair. Matt's got bottom 2. I think Matt can get a little bit more value here. There's 300 in the pot. I think he'd call 100.
6 bets, 125,000.
125. That's a great bet.
1 moves all in.
All in. Oh, wow. 525 is 400K more. Matt's got a 1.5 million. I think that's an easy call. And we're going to lose Tommy. Yeah, that's a call. And Tommy's going to say, hey, I got the 9. Oh, 6 tray. That's a nice hand. Oh, man, I loved watching you play, Tommy. I love the heart. I love the aggression. What's happening?
Button's good.
Did Tommy... All right, so there was an error on the cards. The cards were read wrong. Oh, king 9. Oh, I'm an idiot. He rivered 2 pair. 2 pair Tommy. Okay. Oh, man, I am an idiot. I totally missed it. He went turn river for a bigger 2 pair. I thought he was bluffing at it. Okay. Pay attention, Eric. I totally thought the card was wrong or something. That's just on me. This is the last hand before break. It looks like they're getting up. Ace King for Robert Perkins suited on the button.
Raises to 90,000.
He's going to make it 90,000 to go.
6 calls.
Matt with pocket 2s in the small blind is going to call. We're going to go heads up. Classic coin flip. Robert just lost a ton of chips with Ace King. Let's see what happens now. 6 queen. Robert needs an ace, a king, or a 6.
5 checks.
Turn.
I think there's a queen. I think Matt can take this hand now. Matt can bet at this hand, deny some equity.
6 checks. 5 checks.
River.
A deuce. It didn't matter because he had queens full of deuces before the river came out.
5 checks.
He's going to pick up the smallest pot possible, 170K added to his stack with the bottom boat, and everybody's leaving. All right, guys, I will see you in 15.